Hello everyone, this is FilibusterFox, and I'm taking a look at Orcs Must Die. This is a robot entertainment game that just released today. It was supposed to release tomorrow, the 12th, but it came out today, the 11th, because they're nice like that. It does mean you can no longer get the pre-order bonus, which is this Knight of the Order thing, but, you know, it's just a costume, so I guess it doesn't really matter that much. Now, one thing I did notice is I did play the demo the other day, and it did keep my scores from the first 3 maps, so I can just jump right into the 4th one, so anyone who's tried the demo will not have to deal with that. Let's see what new upgrades there are. Okay, same upgrades I left off with in the demo, so same old. Now, how this game works is this is a tower defense game, and well, sort of. It's a trap defense game, I suppose. You can actively fight the orcs that are attacking your rift. You know, sort of like Sanctum, you get to actually participate in the fights, and your traps will also help, sort of like towers. It's a tower defense game. There are 3 difficulties. Apprentice, which limits you to getting 2 skulls. I'm sorry. War Mage, which you can the regular difficulty, and Nightmare, which you have to beat War Mage to do. There appears to be quite a few levels for a bunch. I'm not going to count those, I'm sorry. But you get skulls from leveling, and these skulls are dependent on your score. Like if you do it in a certain amount of time and you prevent any damage from your rift, you get like 5 skulls, and that can be spent on upgrades. Like it costs 8 skulls to upgrade the snare trap or the spike trap to have a snare, the tar pit to slow more. I've already got the extended arrow wall upgrade here. So let's just jump right into the game, shall we? On the baths. I've got a friend who's already played that. Alright then. Go for you, bananas here. Alright, so I've been granted the wind belt, which I've already played around with. It was pretty fun, but I'll show you all the different things as soon as I get in the game and show you off quite well. Now, I'm attempting to do this in 1080p. If it ends up having too much frame rate lag, which I think will probably happen, I'm going to go ahead and cut back to 720p, so the video will switch up in the middle of it, and that shouldn't affect the viewers. So whether you get to see this in 1080p or 720p is determined in a few moments. There will be a brief pause if I do have to switch it up. Alright, just waiting on this loading screen. Loading screen. I'm thinking this is because I have fraps running. It's usually not this slow. There we go.
Not much room to work with here.
Alright, so
Short walk for the orcs from the
I've actually got 30 frames per second. That should be good. Okay, so how this game works is this door is where they come. You see the map, mini map up at the top right. That is their entrance. There are acid pits on the sides, and these little glowing trails show you which way they will go. Now they'll go either this way or this way, so I'll have to defend both ways, and this is the rift that they have to get to damage. So you pick your spells. So I'm going to get the crossbow, sword, and the wind belt for my weapons. I'm going to have these 3 traps. I don't really care for the barrel that much. It's nice, but I prefer the arrow trap is my favorite. Tar works well with it, and this is just always nice to have as an inexpensive solution. Alright, so I'm going to try to focus my defenses in this area here before they split off, because I won't be able to cost efficiently defend 2 routes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up some arrow traps there. Little frame rate problems with this fraps running here. Let's see. Just gonna put it there. There. Alright. That's my money. So, alright. I've got these traps here. They shoot arrows when the orcs pass through here and take a while to reload. My other traps are the tar pit, which slows them when they walk in it, and the spike trap, which spikes up every once in a while when someone walks on them. Alright, my weapons, I've got a crossbow, which you can shoot single fire, relatively accurate, and get quick kills with headshots. Or you can pull down the trigger as fast as you can, and your accuracy gets continuously worse. It makes it a little hard to get those headshots. I've got, oh, I forgot, the hammer is the pre-order thing. Normally it's the sword. That's not great frame rate there. Okay, but it's fine. We'll see how it goes in the fight. So this is a pretty effective weapon. Each weapon has a secondary. The secondary on the crossbow freezes them. Secondary on this does a little wave, uses your mana in the top left, and the wind belt tosses them or grabs them. All right, so let's go ahead and unleash and get going with this. All right, first few orcs. Push them that way into the pit. Ooh, frame rate is really bad. I am going to have to change the resolution. But we'll go ahead and keep going with this. Alright, so there go the traps. Come off quite nicely. But the rate of fire isn't that great, so a lot of them will get through without me being able to do anything about it. I will toss them back with that. Freeze that one over there because I missed the one I was aiming for. I pull out the hammer, try and keep them tied up in this section. Toss them back with that. There we go. Now you do have health. They will drop health potions for you to heal up on. If you die, it will damage your rift to revive you. So that is not a good thing to happen. So you want your to stay out of their damage range when you can. Alright, ooh, I can set it higher for some reason. Alright, so we'll just toss one there. Have a little bit of slowing action helping us out. So I'll try to drag them over to this side. Yep, over here, and jump. Oh, into the wall. Ooh, they've got an archer there. Let's not have issues with that. Now, your character makes little smart-ass comments during the whole thing. You're not going to have trouble hearing them over me, but that's to be expected with a commentated thing. It's kind of a cute sense of humor throughout this game. I approve of it, and it's a mass mayhem game. A little bit of frame rate lag there. I'm sorry about the frame rate lag. After this one, I will turn it down a bit to the 720p. Ooh, no, Aru. Okay. See, that's the issue with commentary. You don't really pay attention. So my resurrection cost me 5 rift points out of 15 remaining. Ooh, hey guys. Alright, there we go. That's dealt with. I will not get 5 stars because... oh, shoot. Because I did not succeed in actually completely protecting the rift. Alright, so that's not as effective as I'd hoped. If I had some way to corral them nearer to it, I could use that to toss them in more easily. But I don't have that capability. So one thing I can use this wind belt for is when they cross this, I can just send them right back across and make them come through again. Oh, probably. Just trying to keep up with them here. There we go. Keep them tied up in this area where my traps are. Is the ideal goal here. Hear the clicking of my mouse, no doubt. Throw explode really fast now that I have the money. There we go. Now every once in a while you get a pause between rounds, like this one. After 3, I think, is typical, where you can actually spend some time to set the traps up and release the horde when you're ready. The longer you spend on that, the less likely you'll get it in the part-time and get your full skull bonus from that. Alright. Get more kills consistently if you take your time to aim in and deal with that. Of course, when your frame rate's going down, it doesn't really help. All things considered, the graphics capabilities on this game, you know, they're pretty simple graphics, very stylistic, which gets away with the lower end graphics. It's a good decision for most indie companies to go with this sort of thing, because it reduces the development cost of the game and lets you focus on things other than the art. And that kind of cartoony look, I mean, it doesn't look bad, whereas if you try to go for a hyper-realistic game and you don't have the art budget for it, it's going to show. You know, like if you look for a realism-based game from, say, 5 years ago and compare it to, you know, the latest Battlefield or what have you with the top graphics, it's going to really look lacking. Whereas a style like this, it's kind of an artistic style that won't age poorly, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna see if I can do something to alleviate in case any of them get by me there. Go ahead and do that. So it's a good choice for indie developer companies to kind of go for a stylized art like this, or something like Borderlands had, where it wasn't, you know, super high-end graphics, but it had this stylized art. It ages better, and it's less expensive to develop. You just need some more creativity. So it's more of a talent as opposed to money-based thing, which can go hand in hand because sometimes you have to pay to get that talent. So that's not really relevant to the review of the game, however. I'm kind of going off tangent. Let's see, what else? So one other benefit of that move, though, which I was originally planning to talk about on the subject, was the fact that I can run this in 1080p with fraps with relatively few issues. I still do get some issues, but it's certainly not terrible. And well, compared to most things, I just can't run fraps at 1080p. In fact, that I'm able to do so and still able to play, with the exception of a few little hiccups in the graphics when things get a little crowded, does mean that lower-end systems will be able to handle this pretty well. And higher-end systems, you'll be able to run full graphics, which this is, by the way, this is full graphics, and not have any problems at all. So back to the gameplay as opposed to the graphics and performance. I'm starting to take a bit of damage here. Just come out and force me to go through the traps a couple of times. I have to concentrate when I'm this low on health, so I don't die again. Non-ideal. Let me just sprint through here and get that potion. Excellent. Full healing. Very nice. There we go. Now as you progress through the game and get more traps, you have to do less and less yourself, but it still does kind of maintain a feeling of intensity. You see I only got 3 stars instead of 5 because I did die that one time. And I also spent too much time setting up early on. I was 9 seconds over the par time. Did not get the par time skull either. So I missed 2 skulls possible. But I'll go ahead and look at these upgrades. I'm just going to continue. That's not what I meant to do, actually. Okay, so I actually get the archers next. So I'm going to go for the tar upgrade because I use that pretty consistently. Alright, and I'll go ahead and show you the next level. I'll keep it on the 1080p just so it's, you know, that consistently high graphic. If you can forgive the occasional frame rate lag.